Hello, this is Mr. Almac, and we're back learning about section 5.4, and this time we are solving rational inequalities. All right, so whenever we have inequalities, sometimes what we're going to do is a little bit different, but we're going to start with a graph. Looking at a graph, how would you solve something like this? R of x is greater than 0. So I want to know, where is R of x greater than 0? So from a graph, what we're looking for is where is our graph greater than 0, or in other words, where's the graph above the x-axis? So I'm going to trace in red where it is. So we have it's greater than 0 from here to here, and it's also greater than 0 from here onwards. So that means our graph between these two values, this is greater than 0, and then after 3, it is greater than 0. And so we are greater than 0 on all of these x values and all of these x values. So where is R of x greater than 0? R of x is greater than 0 on the interval from 0 to 1, and it's also greater than 0 from 3 onwards to infinity. The reason we're using bracket or parentheses instead of brackets is because it's asking strictly where is it greater than 0, where at the values of 0, 1, and 3, all of these are equal to 0 at those in particular values. So at 0, 1, and 3, our function equals 0. So I want to know where is it greater than 0. And so we do not include the values 0, 1, and 3 since 0 is not greater than 0. But that's it. You're just finding where is the graph above the x-axis if it asks for greater than 0, or where is it below the x-axis if it's asking for less than 0. All right, let's look at another example here in a second. All right, and so for this example, we have this graph. This is our R of x. So if we have our R of x here, and I want to know where's R of x less than or equal to 0. So less than or equal to 0 means I'm looking where is this graph below the x-axis, or where are the y values negative. And so the y values are negative. I'm again going to trace in red along this piece, and it goes left forever here at the end, and it goes down forever here, approaching -2 but not ever reaching it. And then also we need to look, it's below the x-axis. Well, it touches the x-axis, it looks like here at 0, and then it comes down below the x-axis down towards here. So that means our graph of R of x is less than 0 all here, all of those x values, and also starting at 0 coming up to a value of 3. So when we go to write our answer, we have our two intervals. So we have this interval here and this interval here. So it goes from -infinity up until -2. And then again, there's a break where it's above the x-axis, and it starts at 0 again, and it goes to 3. And so the last thing we need to decide is where are there going to be brackets and where are there going to be parentheses. We have to worry about brackets because notice it wants to know where's the graph less than or equal to 0. And so anywhere it's equal, we can actually include that value in our answer and use a bracket. So infinity always has a parenthesis at -2. So whenever we look at our graph, as we come here and we get close to -2, -2 is not actually part of the graph, so we cannot equal a value that is not part of -2. Oh, I do not know what happened there. Then when we look at 0, 0 is actually part of this graph. 0 is where there is also a y value of 0. So this one is not actually a parenthesis, it's going to be a bracket. Whereas the 3, this is approaching an asymptote, so it never actually reaches this value, so we're going to use a parenthesis. So this graph is below the x-axis from negative infinity to negative 2, and also from 0 to 3, where we're only including, of those 4 values, 0.